This one comes to us from the San Diego Union Tribune.com. And since it's from San Diego, I'll say, I'll do it live. Shut up, troglodyte. I'll do it live. That's an homage to a San Diegoan. Some of you may know him. A 29-year-old man who was charged in connection with a heated skirmish with San Diego police officers during a protest in 2020 was acquitted of all charges. Yeah, we won one. A San Diego Superior Court jury found Denzel Drawn not guilty of 8 felonies, 2 counts of using tear gas on officers, and 6 counts of resisting officers. This was during the George Floyd protests last year. Prosecutors contended that Drawn pepper sprayed 11 officers during the protest against police violence in downtown San Diego on August 28, 2020. One officer was blinded for roughly 40 minutes. Maybe he deserved it. We've seen how some of these officers were acting last year. Yeah, we've seen it. Not all. Deputy Public Defender Damian Lowe told jurors Drawn sprayed the officers because he saw a group of them tackling a man to the ground and punching and kicking him. Lowe said during opening statements, from his point of view, these officers are attacking these protesters. Attempts to reach Lowe and Drawn after the verdict was delivered Thursday were unsuccessful. Now, Drawn's case garnered support early on from some community members, in part because he was arrested and initially detained on $750,000 bail, which supporters said was an excessive amount. Of course it was, but you're talking about cops. They staged several small protests outside of San Diego Central Jail with signs that read, "Free Denzel." My free Denzel. I had to get that in there. During Drawn's arraignment, a judge lowered bail to $150,000 and Drawn posted bail. Now, it's a pretty lengthy story, but it talks about how the charges stem from a confrontation in that protest. And it was 5 days after the shooting of Jacob Blake in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And that's where that protest came from, remember? And the officers formed a line between the SUV and a group of protesters, and at some point, someone in the crowd grabbed an officer's bike, so the officer pulled out pepper spray, and there you go. Everything started going downhill from there. So that's in the story. If you want to read it, it's in the link, the description box below. Click that link. You can read the whole thing. There's a lot more to it. But the gist of this, what I wanted to get to you, all of you, is that this guy's been acquitted. They said, you know what? The cops are out of control, and this guy was doing the right thing. He was a good Sam. He was trying to protect somebody from being beat down by a bunch of thugs. And I love that, though, that he was acquitted, because it shows that the cops are not always right. Not always right. See, he let the justice system go, and finally the justice system worked in his favor instead of the cops' favor. So, and I'm not anti-cop and I'm not against cops, but sometimes I think people who wear badges think they can do whatever they want. Why? Because I wear a badge, man, and you're resisting my authority. Well, you don't have no authority. I'm not breaking the law.